Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation live number 4. You're coming to you from Central Florida. Hi, I'm Cindy. I'm also Freeze Baby on Instagram, on Ravelry. I'm Cindy Lou Who for you. I still got to get the hang of my camera because I don't know where exactly my my lens is at, but hopefully I won't be staring off into the distance. I'm glad if anybody could join me. This is primarily a knitting and crocheting group. I do other things like quilting. I've got one of my quilts up now, and now that Halloween's out of the way, I took all my decorations down. I also like doing some needlework, but not very much anymore. Tonight I just thought I would just hang out with you and see who shows up, and we can talk. And I'm gonna try and cover hats tonight, and some of my work in progress. I did finish a couple of things this week, so I'm having a pretty busy day. Good for knitting. Um, my favorite team got beat last night by the Patriots. If you don't know, I'm a Packer backer. Anyhow, hopefully some of you will show up tonight. In the meantime, I'm drinking coffee, decaffeinated, of course. My boyfriend got me this lovely cup. It says, I'm not spoiled. I'm just well taken care of by a freaking awesome boyfriend. And by the way, yes, he did buy me this cup. So anyways, I thought that was cute and very appropriate. I'm an addict to coffee and Diet Coke. I'm trying to get off of Diet Coke, but it's really hard. I usually do drink decaffeinated, though. I have to have something to splurge on. Anyhow, what is it's been like where you're from? Right now we're in Central Florida. We're having another heat wave again. We had a couple of days of actual fall weather. It got down into the 60s at night, and only into the 70s, low 80s, which is cooler for us. I'm looking forward to when December starts rolling along and we have better weather. Welcome to whoever's joined me. I'm glad to see you could make it. Hi, Sandra. I saw you over at the Proper Pineapple earlier. So was I. I had to get out because I was working on getting this set up. I'm glad you could finally make it. I was just saying that I'm coming to you from Central Florida, and it's been hot again. We're back in the 80s and upper 80s, so it makes it kind of hard to think fall and Christmas coming up because it's just really hot. I'm sure where you're at it's a little colder. And I was saying I'm drinking decaffeinated coffee. And where are you from, Sandra? I I love living in Florida because, as my name says, I'm a freeze baby, and I am. I'm always cold, so I do wear sweaters all year round. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're down south too, so you understand what I'm talking about when I talk about heat. Yeah. We don't have much fall weather here. It usually goes from summer to a little cooler, but we have our leaves dropped. The oak leaves drop maybe twice a year. And I have some Japanese maples outside that also drop twice a year. So, what are you working on right now? I've got a bunch. Unfortunately, I have too many UFOs going right now. I think I've got um, 5 active ones. Tonight I was going to kind of talk about hats, which are one of my favorite things to work on. Most of the time I do them knitting. Sometimes I'll do a crocheting one. One of my UFO or finished jobs that you were talking about that on this morning on Yarn on the Beach. Cool. Yeah, I've been working on getting some presents out. I finally mailed out my package to Minnesota that was that mermaid tail I made for my grandniece. Well, this is what I finished this week. These kits are put out by DMC. A lot of the yarn shops carry them. You can also get them online. I think you can even get them on Amazon. but they're under $10. And it's cute because it comes with the stuffed animal, and you just knit it in around. You might be able to get a crochet pattern too, and then you just attach them with ribbon onto the inside of the hat. So it's really cute. So I've made a lot of these. I made it big enough. It does fit an adult. They have 2 sizes in the pattern that comes in the kit, but it fits me. But you can go on the DMC website and they have adult sizes. But to tell you the truth, this is about it on the yarn. I mean, I used just about every part of it. But you can also make loveys out of it, so they're cute. Oh, you like vintage yarn? Yeah. It's hard. You can, if you got a scale, you can weigh the yarn and figure out based on the weight of the yarn and the, and the thickness or what kind of yarn it is, you can kind of gauge how much yardage is. I don't know. I suppose a granny square. I want to start making a granny stripes blanket with some of my odds and ends yarn. I've got lots of little balls of sock yarn, and in my closet I've got a lot of acrylic. I just haven't dug out much. But this is one I made. I can show you some of the other ones I've made. That one's going to actually my stepson's old drama teacher, because he opened up his own production company called Penguin Production. So I thought that would be cute. So this is what I made for myself. Packers. I do wear it on Sunday nights when I'm watching the Packer games, hoping it'll bring him luck. It doesn't always do it, but again, it's plenty big for me. And then I made my niece one with a bumblebee on it. That was really cute. And my boyfriend and I made us matching dreidels. So this is a lot of fun. Again, this fits. So I like to make hats because I have a short attention span. It seems like every time I make anything, you know how it is, you end up with a bunch of different projects and get bored with one. The other hat I was going to show you, this is a really popular free pattern. It's called the sock head hat. You can find it on Ravelry, and it's made out of sock yarn. And basically, you could make it out of any weight and just adjust the width. But you do the ribbing for 4 inches, and then you knit the rest of it till you feel like you want to start decreases. I usually go about probably 7 or 8 inches from the rim when I do this. Yeah, I always tell myself I'm going to finish what I start first, but it doesn't always work. Like I said, I've got stuff that I have 30 years worth of UFOs, unfinished objects for both knitting, crocheting, and quilting. Now that I have my own sewing room again, maybe I'll be able to get some more stuff. I don't really have a place to lay out my quilts, though. So I do have a folding table. I'll have to clear some of my stuff out of the way to set it up. Let's see what else I got done this week. Oh, I'm working on some mug rugs. Mimi from Mimi's Loves Yarn and Seta got me hooked on doing mug rugs. So I've done these. Some of them I'm going to do fringe on the bottom, and other ones I'm going to do like little tassels in the corner. I've got them drying now. They should be done tomorrow morning, so that'll be cute. They'll make great gifts for friends or for the holidays and stuff like that. Those are the only UFOs are finished objects I have. I'm still working on some different socks. Where's my socks? Here they are. My socks are getting pretty far. I haven't worked on it in the last few days because I was trying to get that hat done. But I'm ready to start the heel gusset, which this is such a great pattern. Who's it? Oh, this is a new one by, if you watch the Bakery Bears on podcast, this is Miss Bakery Bear. Kay Jones made it for her Beatrice Potter sock set. This is number 1. She just put out number 2. The last one will be in the end of November. So yeah, a lot of fun. Socks are my favorite thing. They're instant gratification. So, although sometimes it's hot to wear them here in Florida, I'm sure it's the same way in Mississippi. But and then my other thing is I frogged my birds of a feather. I was having a hard time with the lace sections. I'm OCD, and if the stitch counts don't come out all right, I get really frustrated. So I ripped that thing off I don't know how many times, and finally I said, forget it, I'm going to restart. So I found another pattern. I wanted to be able to use this yarn that I had gotten from Knit Style Yarns. It's actually two different styles of yarn, if you can see. But, of course, I can't remember the fiber contents now. Let me see what the ball band says. Well, here's one. This is the sock weight yarn, or sock yarn. I think it's MCM, merino, cashmere, and nylon. And then the other is a kid silk. I think it's a, let me see what it says. Let's see. Oh, the Lush Lace, which is this stuff. I'm not using as much in this pattern. Oh, I love Nordic Stitches. Yes, that's the Cozy Memories. And that's a free pattern on Ravelry if you Google it. A lot of people are making. The girls from the I think the Grocery Girls might have done it, but I know the girls from Legacy Yarn are doing it also. But yeah, this is a kid mohair and silk, and it's really soft. So that's going in between, and then I'm also doing. I love her vlog for for Halloween. She's so funny, and the places she goes walking, beautiful. And then I'm going to add this into. This is another sock yarn, and this is a from the Olive and Tuyu, which is a group of ladies that are local here. They were in Mississippi for this SIP yarn festival last month, but yeah, this is merino, cashmere, and nylon also. I love the MCN. I just started stitching with it, and I'm liking it. It's very soft. So I'm gonna kind of work with those two. I decided to add the blue to add a little more color to it. I'll show you the picture. The shawl's called the Klein Shawl. I bought the pattern off of Ravelry, but this is what, I don't know if you can see it very well. Mohair is great when you can combine it with other ones too. This, if you can tell kind of like the different colorways in it. I'm going to use the blue. Ugh, look at that. I'm sorry, my color and my lighting is not very good. Anyways, it's called the Klein Shawl. And the green part, I'm going to use the blue yarn on it to see how that is. Don't you think Mr. and Mrs. Pineapple are cute? They're so cute. I get off on these tangents. So that's what I'm working on right now. Those are my two primary projects. And I'm working on another sock head hat in the pink. And that's this one here. Yeah, I would love to meet those guys and fun. They're funny. I enjoy them. There's another couple that I enjoy too. They're from the Woolen House. I can't remember the name of the couple, but they're fun. And Knit Style Yarns, I watch them all the time too. They're an older couple, and I buy a lot of my yarn from her in my project bags. Sharon, they're really great. What other podcasts do you watch, Sandra? My main one is my Yarn on the Beach, and I love Seta, and I also like Mimi's Yarn. I spend hours watching the podcast because I can't stand regular TV anymore. It just makes me mad. Maybe after the elections and stuff are done, I'm just tired of all the ads. I don't care what your affiliation is; they're all bad. So, but I've been getting a lot of knitting done the last few days because I got laid off on Wednesday. So I got a couple of interviews out of the way, and I'm getting rid of trying to get all my doctor's appointments done for my annual physical and stuff. So I'm almost done with those. I hate going to the doctor, but it's kind of a necessity. Sandra, do you also knit too, or do you just crochet? I'm actually more comfortable sometimes crocheting because it goes faster. I just ordered the yarn for the polka dot blanket that they're doing on the Secret Yarnery. Everybody's done with theirs, but it's so pretty. Do you see Ruthie's? Really nice. Oh yeah, Hooked on Owls is good too. She's doing Hooked on Owls is doing a knit along. I think with I can't remember now. I don't remember. I know they're doing something. I can't keep track of everybody. But I've got probably 200 podcasts I've on there. Can't keep up with them all. Do you ever see Inside Number? I think it's Inside Number 3. She's so cute. She's one of the British girls that are, like the knitting expat and stuff. Oh yeah, Nerd Along with Holly. That's right. I knew there was something they were doing together. That's cool. I've got lots of nerd stuff here. Harry Potter yarn, and I could start working on some Hermione's Everyday Socks, which is my favorite sock pattern. I want to get done with this pair that I'm working on now because it's a present for my sister. But yeah. Have you ever crocheted socks? I've thought about doing that. I've never crocheted them. I always knit them, but I thought that would be kind of fun. Expand my horizons. I like crocheting stuff in the round. The Morgana was about as fancy of a thing I've done in a while. Yeah, me too. I'm totally nerdy. I've got a couple of, some sock clubs I've been in that were Harry Potter, and there's this lady I know that makes stitch markers that she's totally nerdy. You can just about anything on her. She's called Adore Knits. Yeah, I want to do more crocheting. I got to figure out another project next. I'm thinking of doing maybe a pullover by one of the ones off of Kristen's website. I did get my ebook for the new one. I just haven't figured out what I might do. I might make one of the Hope bags. I thought that would be a good idea. There's so many things on there. She's such a great lady. Trying to decide what to do. She must just spend hours working on those books because they're amazing. Oh, good. Yeah. It's so funny because I have one of her books that I've had probably 5 or 6 years, and it didn't even occur to me until recently that it was her. It's one of my works in progress that's sitting in a bag that I haven't worked on in several years, so I might have to pick that up. Maybe I could do that after I'm done with my other shawls I'm working on. I'm trying not to do more than 1 or 2 shawls at a time because they're so time consuming and I get bored. And I've got a cardigan I was sitting there and want to finish. It'll be my first. If I finish it, it'll be my first sweater. Oh, good. They make good presents. They're a nice book. I want to get the one about motif magic. I like doing the medallions, and what's amazing? I have an easier time following the knitting or crochet charts than the knitting chart. I can't follow knitting charts, and I get frustrated reading it line by line by line. I always miss something. But crocheting I find is easier with the charts too. I do both. I like it when you can do a tutorial on YouTube, and then you can do the oh, you do have motif magic. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty. There's a lot of nice stuff in there. Yeah, I love that my Morgana shawl. I wear it all the time. I need to make something else that I can wear with neutral colors, although I don't have much neutral clothes in my wardrobe. Most of my stuff is bright, although right now I'm living in my jeans and t-shirts and sweatpants, but that's alright. Have you ever been in any fiber festivals or anything? Yeah, I love it that she does all 3. That makes things so much easier. I think with the Morgana, I watched the tutorials before I even started. And I like Secret Yarnery that she does that too. Her videos are great. And Sarah Sachs, the lady with the Posh Pooch, her videos are good. Yeah, we don't have any good Fiber Fest here. we have the Disc Staff Day, which is kind of like put on by one of the local groups, which is like the first weekend of January, and then they have what's called the Fiber In, but I don't usually go to that. I get a little overwhelmed with all the spinning stuff going on. But yeah, it's tough when you work weekends. I know that. I used to work retail for years. My boyfriend now, he finally got to the point where he's off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so we have the weekends together. But he works third shift, so I'm he's working and I'm sleeping when I'm working, so it's kind of hard. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to knock that. But yeah, so it's all right. How long have you been crocheting? There's a lot of people out there that are newbies now, but I gotta tell you, it makes a lot with all the, where they make all the tutorials available on YouTube. I wish they'd had that when I was learning. But I was taught by my mother when I was really young, and then, for a long time I didn't knit. And then when I started, I was just only doing everything straight, no increases or decreases. And then when I started knitting again, probably about 15 years ago, I started being a little more adventurous. I still wouldn't want to design anything. There's so many good designers out there. I don't know that I could make anything that would be any better. So it gives me an excuse to look at Ravelry and Pinterest and stuff. So, hi Susie, welcome. I'm glad you can make it. Yeah, Susie's my friend from Minnesota. Sandra's on here too. Sandra's from Mississippi, so you guys can say hi to each other. Sandra's also in my group, a couple of my other groups that I go to. So, but yeah, Susie's one of my enablers too. We used to go to quilt shows to traveled all the quilt shop tours and yarn shop tours, and not so many of the yarn shop tours, but mostly quilt shop tours. Now that now she's still in Minnesota, and I've been down here in Florida for going on 19 years. Susie, what are you working on? I can show you some of my finished objects. Here's my I'm making some mug rugs. I'm going to put fringe on them, or tassels. Yeah, I still have my folded flower quilt. I never did finish steps. One of these days. Yeah, I love quilting. I don't have as much time, I don't do it as much as I used to. One, it bothers my hands, and like I said, I need to have more room. Oh, you work on a brioche caul? Oh, that's one thing I want to learn how to do is brioche, because all the Stephen West patterns have it in there. So of course I haven't done any of his. I finished another one of my hats, Susie. Oh yeah, her and I have dragged each other across Florida back and forth looking at yarn shops and yarn shops, I guess, and lighthouses. So that's been fun. She's come down for a couple of tours. We don't have a lot of yarn shops here in Central Florida. We sometimes have to, you kind of have to travel around a little farther. So I gave up on my my birds of a feather shawl, and started working on a different shawl instead. Hi Dee. Oh, Dee's here. Good. So we're getting a few people. Susie, this is the shawl. I know this is going to change the color of my camera, but this is the shawl I'm working on using my yarn I was using for the birds of a feather. Sorry about the change of color. I got to get better lighting in here. It's awful. I don't even have LED lights in there. They're candle lights, but I'll get better. So what's up with you, Miss D? Were you over at the Proper Pineapple too? It's good to see some people from my other groups around here. Yeah, I was just talking hats. I finished Oh yeah, I'm recording from my phone because my can't my when I try to my iPad it freezes up. When I try my computer it freezes up. So all these are some of the other hats I've been making. I've made these are from DMC. You can actually find them on Amazon or at some of the different yarn shops have them. But you can always look on DMC's website. I think it's just DMC Corp or DMC. But these are some of the ones I've made over the last year. I love these. They're a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of people are going that way because my computer is so darn old. So I use my phone for everything, or if I'm not, I use my iPad. This is going to be a present. Cool. What you knitting on, Dee? No, that's true. It's hard to make stuff that sells at craft shows. I would, it seems like, especially this time of the year, Christmas ornaments are good. Little things. Most of the stuff I make is labor intensive, so yeah, hats. Oh, hey, yeah, hats are good. I don't even try to sell stuff at any craft shows anymore. The couple of times I tried it, I didn't do very well, so I just make stuff for presents, and I might. I've got a bunch of fabric. I want to make this project bag. I've got a bunch of different colors, and I just need to start cutting out. I also have this pattern for making zippered versions, and then this one here. This is the Finch bucket. This lady has a great podcast too. Her name is the Stitch Mischief. Check her out. She's got her adorable daughter that also knits alongside her. So she has a lot of pretty stuff. But I've been wanting to make something for Never Ending Story, so I bought this fabric. So I've got enough to make a couple of project bags. Probably I want to make the medium zip bags for that. And then a while back I got some Frida Kahlo stuff. I love her stuff. But and then Susie, wait till you see what I got this weekend. See if I can find the bag. Okay, here it is. I hit my the bargain room at the sewing studio by me. You're gonna die. You know who would die for this stuff is Seta from Seta's Place, because she's as big a Star Trek fan as I am. Look at this. It's Spock and Kirk. Isn't that great? I've got it. There's over a yard here, so I'm gonna be making some project bags out of that. So I was so excited when I saw that, and I got a bunch. Oh, sorry, I'm out of the picture a second. I got a bunch of fat quarters too. So I'll be using the fat quarters for lining and bottoms and stuff. And I have a ton of cat fabric too that I had gotten a while ago. Yeah, I when people ask me to make something, to buy, they want to buy it for me. I said no. I said, you can't put a value on this stuff. It's too labor intensive. And when I make stuff, I kind of think good thoughts or I pray unless I'm cutting them out. But Susie, I'm not quilting again. I want to make project bags. Yeah, on the Star Wars. Yes, I want to get Star Wars fabric too. But so that'll be fun. I think I might do that tomorrow. I also want to start working on this hat from the yarn that Susie gave me when she came into town the last time. It's some Stephen B yarn out of Minnesota. I think that the 3 Irish girls made it. Isn't that pretty? So I want to make a hat out of that, and then I get to decide if I'm gonna gift it or keep it for myself, because it's a worsted weight, So it might be a little heavy for here, but got it. I just love that fabric. But it's fun. So how's the weather up there, Susie? It's what in the 30s now, isn't it? I looked at the. I always follow the weather from Minnesota and North Dakota. Oh, prayer shawls are good. Yeah, that's a great ministry to have. I just sent some chemo caps. Um, oh, your mom, yeah. I don't care if they buy this stuff. It's still, they want to pay you $10 and it's not enough for you to work on something. I had a long time ago. I made a quilt for somebody and I only charged them $200. Well, that thing took me hours, and it was a queen size bed quilt. So never again. If anybody asked me to make them a quilt, no, I said the starting rate is $500 on up. So that usually shuts them up. Yeah. So, but that's all right. I enjoy making for other people. I always have. I don't always keep a lot of the stuff I make. I've had a few hats and some socks, but I just mailed my mermaid's tail up to Minnesota, Susie, for my niece. Oh yeah, that purple one with the double yard. I have the same one on my couch that from my friend Marion, who passed away about 20 years ago. She had started this Afghan, and after she passed away, her kids gave it to me to finish and told me to keep it. So yeah, I still have the first Afghan I crocheted when I was probably 8 or 9. It's got a lot of holes in it, but once in a while I'll dig it out and try and sew some of the holes up. But it's a pink and white scratchy acrylic, but it's fun. Hey, Mimi! I've been missing you. I was wondering what was going on with you. I hope you're okay. Yay! I was just thinking about you. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. We're just kind of hanging out and talking tonight. I've just been making hats and oh, busy, huh? How's the homeschooling going? You've been doing a lot of crocheting? Yeah, Susie, Mimi's another one of my friends from the Yarn on the Beach crowd. Now create, share, and inspire. But yay! Oh, Mimi, I met you through SETA, didn't I? Oh, there's so many groups that we're all in the same thing. So, yay! I'm glad you're here. Oh, all the books are on and got rid of the online stuff. Oh, I find that the books are more engaging. I just graduated from college a few months ago, and the last 2 or 3 years were all online, and I hated it. I liked it when it was one-on-one, face-to-face with other people. There's something to be said about engaging in, FaceTime. I learned how, it also got me over my fear of talking in front of people, so. But, yeah, well, good. I'm glad you guys are here. It's nice to see people. What are y'all working on, Miss Mimi? Oh, that's great. Yeah. Very cool. Yay. Yeah, Mimi's got some cute stuff she makes. She's got a Etsy shop too called Mimi Loves Yarn. She's got some cute mug rugs and stitch markers and hats and other stuff. Her and Seta, they both get pretty fast crocheters. I'm still planning on doing my project bags and selling them on Etsy if I can get myself to set up my sewing machine and figure out a way to lay things out so I don't have to keep fighting with my cat for the kitchen table. My cat Kate doesn't like to give it up. She has to be in the middle of everything. She sits on, oh, okay, Cozy Fox Studio. Okay. Oh, cool. I love making cup cozies, and I like making tea cozies. Hey, I'm going to a tea party on Sunday. They've got a new tea shop in the town where my synagogue is, and all the girls from the ladies group are gonna go there. I told them I'd bring all my hats with me. I've got plenty of hats for everybody, I think. I love collecting hats. So, big floppy ones anyways. I don't think you wear baseball caps to tea parties. I've got a lot of them too. I miss my old tea shop that has been gone for a while. So I'm glad somebody opened up another one. I need to get some more tea. I'm drinking decaffeinated coffee now. Yeah, yeah, I love it when you go into a tea shop and they have all these mismatched teacups, and then some of them even have hats in there you can wear while you're there. So that's fun. Susie's into tea parties too. She's a bibliophile, aren't you, Suze? Or Anglophile, not bibliophile. Anglophile. Fun stuff. Oh, make sure you like and share my group. I'm trying to grow the group. Eventually, I'd like to do a crochet along or something. And I'm also going to start working on reviewing some of my books at my reference library, so to speak. Stuff that I use and as a resource when I have to look something up. I have a lot of stock books, especially. No, I never went to Avalon. Never been there. Yeah, give it a thumbs up. Yay! Thank you. We have an Avalon here in Orlando, but it's a new age shop. They have, incense and tarot cards and stones and stuff like that. I never go there because they're not handicap accessible. Yep, thanks. Cool. Yeah, this is fun. I gotta get better light in here though. But it's nice to be able to do live. I try to do it once a week. I'm gonna try and make 7 o'clock on Mondays my regular time. Unless I start back at work and I start getting worn out at night. But I want to do that. No, I don't think so, Susie. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't remember. It's been so long since we've done that. My brain is... I haven't lived in Minnesota in 18 years, and it's been at least 5 years since I've been home. So, I need to get home at least next summer. My family came to visit this year, and Susie came to visit, so I got to see some of the important people, so that's good. Well, listen, girls, I'm going to hang up the line now because my honey's just getting up to get ready from work. Oh, Mimi, I still need to email you some stuff. Side, my boyfriend has agreed to do the Fiber Friends tag, so we're gonna record it maybe this weekend. I'll send you the questions. I'd love to see your hubby on it. It's funny. I've seen like a lot of people doing it now. I think Miss Pineapple and her hubby did it last month or the month before, and I know this last week Mina from the Knitting Expat did it. It's good to talk to you too, Susie and Mimi and Miss D and Sandra. I will catch some of you tomorrow morning on Yarn at the Beach, or I always still call it Yarn at the Beach, but Create, Share, and Inspire. But thank you for coming. I'm so glad you were able to help me do the live chat, and have a great week and get a lot of stitching done. Okay, Miss D. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a safe time. Have a good night. Bye-bye.